Hey yo, E-Kings Fight News, and we're back at it in the morning. Hey man, shout out to the whole team, all the subscribers out there, let's get it. And Eddie Hearn basically admits that Anthony Joshua was never ready to fight Deontay Wilder in 2018 and maybe even 2019. Eddie Hearn is indirectly admitting that Joshua he ain't got no plans for Deontay Wilder in 2019, man. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why. E-Kings Fight News, we got more on this. Alright, there's your boy. Fast car, Eddie Hearn. Fast car. Okay. So something Eddie Hearn, something that recently came out of his mouth not too long ago was, hey, Anthony Joshua, he's saying Anthony Joshua is not in his prime yet. He's not in the prime of his career yet. Let me go to the Eddie Hearn quote for the. Well, what do we have here? Sky Sports. Anthony Joshua, still yet to reach his prime, says promoter Eddie Hearn. And this is in October 2018. Anthony Joshua, still yet to reach his prime. Alright, so Eddie Hearn said this when Joshua was 22-0, 21 knockouts. So right after the Parker fight. Yeah? And, you know, you got to understand the meaning behind this, right? You're saying Anthony Joshua is not in his prime. He's saying Joshua has about 1 to 2 years before he reaches the peak of his career. That's what he's saying. That's what Eddie's saying. And just look at the quote. You have to say, with the amount of fights Joshua has had, he's been absolutely faultless. We couldn't have asked for better progression. We jumped into the world title scene a lot quicker than anticipated after 16 fights. Particularly against Vladimir Klitschko after he lost to Tyson Fury. And look at this. He's probably 3 or 4 fights away from being in his prime. Probably a year or 2 away from the peak of the sport. Alright, y'all read that, right? A year or 2 away from his peak in the sport. Now, is it a coincidence that Barry Hearn wants to wait 2 years before he sets up a Joshua versus Wilder fight? And Eddie Hearn is saying here that Anthony Joshua is not in his prime. You know, he's what, 28, 29 years old? You know, has had a handful of fights that have given him experience as a champion. You know, he's been a champ. He's not the longest reigning champion. He's the second longest reigning champion. Right? Well, he won his first title against Charles Martin. So he's had the IBF title the longest. And he's like, if he's who you say he is, if this is really the best heavyweight in the world, everybody wants to give AJ the #1 spot. But legitimately, was Alexander Povetkin a #2, #3 heavyweight in the world? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Is Dillian White the #2, #3 heavyweight in the world? Absolutely not. Is Alexander Usyk? So he's fighting a bunch of guys that this is what you do when you're building up a prospect. This is like some, you know, you get what I'm saying? If Eddie Hearn does not think Anthony Joshua is in his prime, then why would he say he's ready to go in there with Deontay Wilder in April? This is facts. Why would Eddie Hearn throw AJ in there with Wilder if he believes he's not in his prime? This only brings credence. It brings relevance to the idea that these guys are waiting for Wilder to decline before even considering getting in the ring with him. I'm telling you, they're going to wait for someone to knock down Wilder to make him look real bad. They're waiting for Wilder to really lose a step. Like, they want to wait a good 5 years or some shit, man. It's insane. I never see anything like this. This is some next level whole shit, is what Eddie Hearn's trying to do. And y'all believed him when he said he'd make the fight in 2018. Y'all believed him, and some of y'all didn't even want to see that shit. I know this is facts. There's been many UK writers, paid off or not by Eddie Hearn, that have written articles saying Joshua may not be ready to fight Deontay Wilder. And this was during the height of the negotiations when people thought the fight was going down in 2018. There were UK writers saying Joshua is not ready, Eddie Hearn. I don't know why they put that out there, but now Eddie Hearn's basically saying it indirectly. He's not in his prime. If you're Oscar De La Hoya and you're about to fight Felix Trinidad, are you going to fight him if you know you're not in your prime? Is Bob Arum going to throw Oscar De La Hoya in there if he thinks De La Hoya is not in his prime? No. Right? But the truth is Eddie Hearn is full of shit. Is he improving that much from fight to fight? Perhaps. You know, it's hard to say. Has he been in there with a real killer yet? I mean, there's only one name that was a tough fight for AJ. There's only one guy that really gave him a tough fight. Maybe two guys. That's it. Everything else was a walk in the park for him. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Hector Avila was one of the guys AJ beat up on his way to the top. Fucking didn't he fight like Eric Molina after Deontay Wilder knocked him out? I mean, didn't he? You guys gotta tell me, man. And the point is this. Your boy Eddie Hearn always squeezes in that Deontay Wilder comment. Oh, if Wilder doesn't take the fight in April, Dillian White's a front runner. Get the fuck out of here. You're fighting Dillian White. He's gonna beat up on Chisora. The only thing that ruins that fight is if Derek Chisora knocks Dillian White out. That's the only thing that's really gonna ruin those plans. It's not Usyk, because Usyk's management already came out and said we're not looking for April. They already said that shit. They're already in the boat. We're not ready for the heavyweights yet. But for Eddie Hearn to say this and y'all not pick up on it, I mean, it's insane. And he's basically saying Joshua ain't ready. That's what he's saying. He's saying this. When you say you're not in your prime, you know, you're basically saying he's not ready for the Wilder fight. And she's just saying it in a nice way. Right? So it's going to be like, okay, he's he's 3 or 4 fights away from being, you know, at his peak. So that's basically the amount of fights we're going to have to put up with until they're ready to make the Wilder fight. Does that make sense, guys? You guys got to tell me if I'm not making sense right now. E-King Fight News. Smash the like button if you haven't already, man. I mean, ultimately, this would have been the biggest fight of 2018. It would definitely be, without a doubt, the biggest fight of 2019. But for Eddie Hearn to say, you know, the only place where this fight belongs is on the zone, or if we're gonna make this Wilder fight, it has to be on the zone. That's just more, you know, that's just more talk that only is gonna result in avoiding Wilder. That's him setting up obstacles for Deontay Wilder. Oh, it's got to be on the zone. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, really, get the fuck out of here, man. like, really. And I mean, it's been pretty clear for a while now. And now, guess what y'all want to do? Y'all want to feed Usyk to Joshua. That's what you want to do. Eddie Hearn wants to do it. He wants to bring him up to heavyweight. He's going to fight, maybe attack him. Maybe he's going to fight the loser of that whole Dillian White-Derek Chisora situation. And they're going to get Usyk in there, and they're going to try and build him up. Maybe he's going to fight Kevin Johnson. Who knows? But hey, you know what it is. E-King Fight News. Usyk's a great cruiserweight, but he's not a heavyweight. Point blank. E-King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that bell icon. And we're out.